Hello, and welcome to Flosstube channel, Untwist Your Stitches. I'm Rose. Those that have seen me before, welcome back. I'm glad that you're here. Those that are seeing me for the first time, welcome. I hope you see something that you like. This is a channel about cross-stitching, sewing, and all the other crafts that I happen to do that I think you would enjoy seeing. This episode, we are going to be delving into a display that I've made to show some of my smalls. I'm also going to tell you what my plans are for 2024. There will be some whips, there will be some finishes, and just a lot of fun. So let's settle. While I was at Hobby Lobby, I saw this. It is supposed to be hung on your wall as a decoration. Put some, little plants or whatever in it. And I thought, wouldn't that be great for displaying cross-stitching projects? But it was too small. As you can tell, I'm holding it in my hand and it's not very big. So anything that I would stitch would have to be minuscule in order to set it on there. So I came home and I talked to my husband and I said, I bought that so that he would see what I was talking about. Brought it home. I said, can you help me turn this into a bigger version? And of course, how big? What all do you want it to be? Lots of questions, lots of discussing back and forth. Well, as it turned out, what we came up with was this display right here. It's 20 inches tall. We made the backing with these wooden pieces that we bought at Hobby Lobby. I got a border that I really liked, and it had to be soaked so that it would curve in this way because it wasn't naturally curved. Then we got another. I found this wooden decoration also at Hobby Lobby. I stained it. I painted the edges and this center. Attached it to the board, got some hinges. It doesn't open. They're just for show. And this little handle. I had this that I don't know where it came from. It was something that was in my stash, and I thought it looked nice above the door. I found this clock. I believe I found that at Joann's, along with the mailbox. The little squirrel was something that I had bought in New York City at the zoo, at Central Park Zoo, when I was there with my daughter a few years ago. And this owl up here at the top was, I'm not sure if you can see him very well, but up here at the top there's a little owl, and a friend of mine gave me that as a gift. Now, this gets changed depending upon the season. I do have a different stitched piece, but it's packed away somewhere and I couldn't find it this year, but it's a Christmas decoration. This was something that I made a couple of door. It was, I don't know where that pattern came from. It was in one of my books. I think it was in a 365 cross stitch pattern book, but I did that on perforated paper, and it hangs above the door every year. This year I bought myself a Christmas tree to add to the decorations. It has lights around the edge here. It goes up the pole and comes over here, and then also this lights up as well. So that is what my husband and I came up with and put together. I'm sure there will be some more things that I'll add. I'm thinking of adding like a sidewalk type thing with some rocks, but I haven't really completely decided yet exactly how I want to do it. I also have a little bench that sits here when the Christmas tree isn't taking up the space, but this bench goes off to the side here, and we'll sometimes have small decorations set on it. Now, like I said, this is a I made it. I had my husband make it as if it was one of those garden flag poles, and I change out with stitched pieces that hang on there depending upon the season. This one is a Mill Hill kit on there. I also have this one that hangs on the door for Easter. I have made one for Halloween. This was a Stony Creek in one of the Stony Creek books that I made, and it goes on as if it were a flag. Right here, there's an opening. There's an opening there, and I hang it, and it goes right there. I've got a few more, but because of the packing that I've done, I couldn't find them, so I'll have to show you at another time. But I thought this would be fun to show you because it's something that I came up with from an idea, just to display different ways to display my smalls and to have it as a seasonal decoration throughout the year. And my husband and I put that together and made it work, and I think it came out very well. So that you will see occasionally with different seasonal decorations on it. I hope to have found more of my flags. I know that I don't think I have anything for January that I display on it, but I'll be working on that. I want to have at least one piece that can hang either above the door or on the flagpole for each month. Story for this episode. Next, I don't normally make plans this early for next year. Normally, I wait until the day after Christmas to decide on what I want to focus on, what is important to get done first, because I just roll my whips over from year to year until they're finished. I don't put whips away. I work on them until they're done, and that's why I only have 12 at the most going at any time, because any more than that, it freaks me out. I can't handle it. So I have 12 whips. I work on them until they're finished, and then I put a new one in the rotation. However, in 2024, I will be turning 60. And I've heard a lot of floss tubers talking about they do 50 starts for their 50th year. They do. I couldn't do that. I could not have that many projects started and just sitting there with only, a dozen or so stitches in them. That to me would freak me out. But I do have something that I have come up with, brainstormed about, and I think this will be fun for me. And putting the hashtag together, 60 is just a number. It may turn into an SAL. I'm not sure yet. If people are interested in doing this along with me, I'm more than happy to have them come along for the journey. My birthday is July 10th. And what I have decided to do every month, starting in January, starting on the 7th and working through to the 10th, those 4 days, I am going to work on a patriotic piece. I have 3 of them that I want to get to. I'm hoping that I get enough progress on the first. So the first one that I'm going to do is this American Sampler. It's a design by Julie from Running with Scissors, Stitching with Jane and Julie. This is one of her patterns, and I fell in love with it. I am going to be getting going on this. This is my 16 count blue Ada. I'm going to be using Gentle Arts thread oatmeal for, let's see, there we go, it's in focus. For the white, I'm going to be using Gentle Arts Freedom for the blue. Is that going to focus? There we go. And I'm going to be using DMC 115. It's a variegated, obviously, for the red. And that will be my first patriotic pattern. And if I get that done, which I hope I do, the second one that I'll be doing after I finish the USA Sampler is called, it's this one. It's the One Nation. And I tea-dyed my own fabric for this project. And this is my, yeah, it'd be this way. It'd go this way. And this is going to be the fabric that I'm working on. The original color was natural light, and then I tea-dyed it, and this is what it came out to. I believe it's going to be really pretty with these colors that I chose for my project. I chose Weeks Dye Work Turkish Red. Oh, these colors are not showing up. The light has changed and the colors are just not showing up well. This is showing up way brighter than it is. It's a darker red. I'm sure most of you have seen the Turkish color. I'm also doing, oh shoot, let's see if I can do this. The blue that I'm going to be using is Gentle Arts Presidential Blue. And the white that I'm going to be using again is the oatmeal. Now, in the pattern, if you notice, it's all of the states' names are either in red or in white. And they're in the order that they were admitted to the union. There's a paper in here that she did the research for you, and she tells you when each state was admitted to the union, what number the state is, and so on. So that's going to be fun. But what I'm going to do is every state that I have lived in, I am going to do it in a different color. And that color is DMC 106. Just so that those states that I have actually lived in will be, will pop out at you a little bit more. And the state that I was born and raised in is going to have its own color. And this is, let's see, Weeks Dye Works Fire. And again, the color is not showing well in this light. The light has changed since I started getting set up, and it's just not showing very well. But that is my plan for One Nation. If I get that one done, again, there's a lot of stitching, but there's no specialty stitches. They're all full cross stitches. And I think they'll go quick. I don't know what it is, but for me, the alphabet, when I'm doing it, it just goes very quickly. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And when I'm done with that one, if I do get it finished, I am going to start. I don't know that I can get all three done this year, but I saw this one on 123 Stitch and I fell in love with it. So I decided that I would get it and put it as part of my patriotic. And it is E Pluribus Unum. I thought that I would be doing this one on a fabric that I bought off of eBay, but when I chose the colors for the flag, they just didn't show up well on the other fabric. So I decided, well, I've got extra of the tea-dyed fabric, and these two can be companion pieces to each other. So for the E Pluribus Unum at the top, the gold color, I am going to use DMC 111. It's a variegated. The reds, I am using Classic Colorworks Razzleberry, Classic Colorworks Hollyberry, Weeks Dye Works Lancaster Red. Blue is a Classic Colorworks. It's called Wavy Navy. It's a very deep navy blue, obviously, from the name you would think. For the whites, I'm going to be using Antique Lace and Wild Oats. And these are not showing very well at all, but this one is a lighter white and this one's more of a kind of a creamy white. So those will be the ones that I'm using for that project if I get to it before the end of the year. If not, then it will be something that I do soon. 3 projects that I am going to try to get finished for my 60th year. If anyone is interested in doing an SAL with me, you can pick any patriotic pattern that you want to work on and tag me when you show pictures of it so that I can enjoy it along with you. I'm on Instagram. My Instagram name will be in the comment section, so you can either follow me or just tag me with the hashtag 60 is just a number. And like I said, I may turn it into 60 is just a number SAL, but we'll see as things go along how I do with that. From the 7th of the month to the 10th of the month, starting in January, I will be working on one of those 3 projects. Show you what I call my postal prizes. Other people call Happy Mail, stash acquisition, whatever you want to call it. I call it my postal prizes. Just to let you know, all of the specialty threads that I am using for One Nation and E Pluribus Unum, those were purchases from 123 Stitch this time. I just went ahead and chose the colors that I wanted and put the order in so that I would have everything ready and waiting when I needed it and I could get on with it this coming year. So all of those threads were part of my postal prizes. I'm not sure if I showed you this last month or in my last video. I might have, but I'm not sure. But I have decided that for this fabric, it is 16 count Ada. And the name of the color is Hazy Gray. This pattern, oh, it's not showing very well. Let me take it out of the plastic to show you. Okay, this pattern, nice snowflakes. This was a gift from a friend. I don't remember how long ago, but it was something that she sent me because she knows that I love snowmen and I collect them. And this was a cute little pattern that she found and sent me. And I think it would look really great on this fabric. So sometimes stitch, I have bought one of the Mill Hill Kit sleighs. This one is just traditional sleigh. I had been waiting for a while for this one to get back into stock. This is a buttons and beads. It's called Chicken Hotel or Chicks Hotel. I just thought it was super cute. It may be something that I do to hang on my door hanger. I need to start writing down some of the people that I follow on Instagram because this is being stitched by someone and I can't remember who, but they're doing it and it is adorable. Look at that. That chubby old Santa and his little friends coming along. Christmas Parade by Cottage Garden. And also, Shannon Christine does some really cute patterns. And this one, of course, because it's the snowman, I had to add that to my collection. So those are all of my purchases this tips. So the last time I was here, I had just started on my Heaven and Earth Design Christmas Cottage by Donna Gelsinger. It is a project that I've been working on since 2003, but there have been big gaps in times when I never touched it. But it is something that I want to focus on, and I want to get as close to finished as I can in 2024. This is let's see, this is the design. This is where I started. Okay. This is where I started this stitching session. And my stitching sessions start on the 1st of the month and carry through to the 16th of the month, and then on the 16th of the month to the end of the month for the second session. And that's my Whip Go board. So I am, for this stitching session that I just completed, it's not a full page, but it's about 2/3 of a page. And what I did is I finished this whole section up here. So the rocking chair is almost completely finished. And that was 2,200 stitches in 15 days. Lots and lots of color changes to get the effect that you get. But I'm very pleased with how far I got during this stitching time. And it will be my projects that I roll over into 2024, and I really want to focus on getting as close to finished as I possibly can. So next year you're gonna see it a lot when I do my floss tubes. The next one I sort of started it December 1st, but I haven't focused on it 100% because there have been other things that have been thrown in because of doing SALs and for Christmas presents. But it is a buttons and beads Valentine heart. I hadn't started it. It was a brand new start. And I have gotten this far. Oops, hold on. There you go. I've gotten this far. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the back. That's not the front. Sorry. There's the front. That looks much better. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. 12, and I will continue with this one until December 15th. I hope to get it finished, but I'm not 100% sure if I will, because there's a lot of other things going on. So, and with not working on it as diligently as I could have because of other projects, it kind of might not get finished. So those are my 2 whips. So this is part of what I'm going to say is my finishes, my fully finishes, and a section that I like to call name dropping. I participated in an SAL with Handmade by Sarah W. and her sister. She did it as Stitchy Sisters SAL, and it was a free pattern you could get from Hands On Design called Berries in Bloom. We all started it on the 26th. I believe it was the 26th of November is when we started it. I can't remember the exact date, but it was very close to that. Now, I did the original, which was this. It is Mary. The fabric is a light green 16 count. The berries are all done in the colors that it was charted for. What I changed was the Mary in the middle. It was supposed to be done in the same brown as the I guess you'd call it the stems for the berries, but I wanted to do it in a green to complement the fabric, so I changed it to $6.99, which is my favorite DMC color, green. And then I finished it off using a gold button, some ribbon, some fabric that I had on hand, and this little button here, which is a holly button. And this was my first one. This is going to be a gift for a friend for Christmas. Then I decided that I wanted one for myself, but I wanted it in the colors that I use to decorate for Christmas. So I did it in blue and silver. The silver is Krynic number 01, number 8 braid. The dark berries are DMC 820. The medium berries are DMC 322. And the light berries are DMC 450. No, I'm sorry, DMC 156. Then the leaves I did in 2 colors. I used DMC B5200 and the gray color is 452. It's kind of a silvery gray, so it went along with the Krynic color. And then I finished it off with this real fun. It's not showing up, but it's got spark. Well, maybe there it is showing a little bit, but there's sparkle in the fabric. And I added this little snowman button with some ribbon to decorate. And these both this one is going to go in the dough bowl that I have for my other Christmas decorations. So those two were started, finished, and fully finished in like 2 weeks. I did the second one, the blue one, while I was participating in the Jingle Bell, or the Jingle Ball, not Bell, Jingle Ball stitching tables and meet and greets with the designers and that kind of stuff. So that was the stitch that I used for those 3 days, and it was just really fun and came together quite nicely. So other than that, I have no other new starts this time. I do want to make mention of a few other floss tubers. The Stitching Owl, Karen, she reached out to me on Instagram, and she's real fun, and she's got about the same amount of floss tubes that I do. So we're both very new in this. There's also Mimi's Stitchery. Her name is Amy. She's got some really great both cross-stitching and knitting projects that she's doing. I've also been watching the Sweetwater Stitcher, Jessica. She had a special edition, I guess you would call it, because she reached 10,000 followers, which is just really super amazing. And I was one of the lucky winners for the prizes that she gave out. And this is what I won. It's a little bag. It's not really a bag. Well, it is. It's a bag and a thread buddy, or whatever it is that they're called. So a thread bed. And then on the front here is, you can put whatever you want to in there. And then this nice pattern that has everything you need, except for if you do it in hand, you wouldn't need a hoop and needle, but everything else is provided for you. All the floss, the fabric, and the pattern. So that was really fun. I don't normally win those types of things, so I was super, super excited to be one of her winners. Also, I wanted to make mention of Tiger Lily Designs. I have one of her 12 Days of Stitchmas boxes. I am opening those along with her each day, starting the 1st. Of course, 9 of the individual gifts. And also, if you watch her daily opening, she gives you words to put on the crossword puzzle, and she's going to be giving away a prize for that. So once all that's done, on the 25th of December, she will be picking names to give away prizes to, and it's been very fun. I made mention of Handmade by Sarah W. She did the SAL for the stitching that I just showed you. And then also, it's been a while since they filmed. I imagine it's because Justine is expanding her business, but Welcome Stitchery is a great Flosstube to follow. They're very funny, and they've got a lot of really nice patterns that they'll show you and things that they do, and they're fun girls to watch. So go give them a look-see if you haven't already. Yeah, I would have reached 200 followers by now, with it being my 4th Flosstube, but unfortunately we have not hit the 200 mark. So I am not going to be doing a giveaway, and that's fine because I'm not sure I would have time to do a giveaway with Christmas being so close and still doing things for that. But yeah, when I hit 200, I will be giving away 3 gifts. So if you would like and subscribe so that we can get to that number, that would be really fun. And maybe next time, starting in January, we can start out with a bang and get some prizes out to you folks. So these are my previous finishes, and I had to back up a little bit so that you could see them fully. This is a painted canvas that I bought from my LNS, which has since closed. I do not remember the designer's name, but it was Joy was the pattern. And I finished it on this stand. This is a wooden stand from Michael's. I covered it in this plaid fabric that matched the colors that I used in the stitching. And then I had this braid in my stash, and I got a small decoration to put up at the top. And all of this This came from Michael's. The board came from Michael's, and it is my own version of a finish that I did several years ago. And this one goes out every year at Christmas time for decorating. I also have this Mill Hill kit that I finished last year. It is Elegant Ornaments. It was a buttons and beads design or kit, and I put it on this wooden board that I got again from Michael's that I painted and stuck to it, and this hangs up. That was a finish last year. Elegant Ornaments, Mill Hill. I have this dough bowl that holds several different pieces. This is a Vervico kit. It was called Christmas Elf Set, and I have done the reindeer. There's also a little Santa and a girl and a boy. I guess they're elves that I haven't done yet, but they're in the works. This was a gift from a friend. She stitched it for me. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that it was something that she stitched for me because she knows I love snowmen. This is another one from a friend. I know that's a Stony Creek snowman because I have the book that has this pattern in it. So I know that's a Stony Creek, but other than that, I don't know what fabric or anything she used. This is a JBW design that I made. It shows up a lot better in person, but it was a variegated floss that I used on 16 count hand-dyed Ada. This, of course, is the one that I just showed you. And this was a pillow that I bought when I was at Cracker Barrel one time. And I love cardinals. I think they're beautiful birds. And I just really like that. So it goes in I've got a little bit of pine and these beads in my dough bowl, and it sets out at Christmas time. I also did, and I have been racking my brain to remember the designer of this. It was a stitch along on Facebook, I believe 2, maybe 3 years ago. I'm no longer on Facebook, so I can't look back and remember. But yeah, it was intended where this little snowman is and where my Olaf button was supposed to also say let it snow, but I don't like repeating the same design over and over, so I rearranged the placement and added, again, this is a Stony Creek snowman out of one of the books that I've got, but I cannot remember who did these other snowman designs. It was a 9-piece release that she did, and it was through Facebook. And I also have, I'm not far enough back. Let me try this. Okay, so I also have this, and the pattern is Hot Cocoa Snowman, and it's a Design Works kit that I got, and I made it into a banner with these ribbons hanging under it, and when I get my different Christmas cards, there's little, they're tiny little clothespins that I attach to use to attach the cards to the banner. And it hangs up either on my door or on my wall so that I can see all of the cards that I get each year. Now, every year I get less and less cards, but I love receiving Christmas cards, and I hope my friends continue to do it. But these are called Hot Cocoa Snowmen, and it was a kit, a Design Works kit that I put on this banner, added some buttons to it. The fabric that it's stitched on has those snowflakes printed on it in the background, and it was a fun stitch, and I really enjoyed doing it and then having it up every year as my card holder. Last thing that I'm going to show you is a Christmas present for my granddaughter. It's something that I meant to do earlier in the year, but things just got away from me, and then I had to wait for almost 2 weeks for the fabric that I wanted to use for her face and legs and whatnot came in. But what I did is I sewed her a rag doll. And this was a pattern that I got off of Etsy. It came with the pattern for the doll and the pattern for the dress and a skirt and pants, shorts, long sleeve and short sleeve shirt. But anyway, what she's wearing right now is her Christmas outfit, and I put 2 little peppermint buttons on it to match the peppermints in her skirt. She also has a pair of pants that she can change into. She has this shirt to go with the pants, so she can get changed into that. And along with the shirt, if she wants to wear a little skirt, there's this little skirt that I made for her. Now, this is all the time I have. I've got to get this in the mail and get it sent off to her because they're not going to be spending Christmas with us this year. So I had to stop so that I could get this in the mail and get it sent to her. But there will be more clothes that I am going to make to go along with her. I'm also going to make a bed for her and some blankets for the bed. So this is going to be an ongoing gift for her. I'm not terribly sure about the face, but I did the best that I could with what I had. I'm a self-taught sewer. I can do table toppers, I can do bags, I can do that kind of stuff, but sewing things like this, they're kind of outside my comfort zone. However, I think I did a rather good job of getting her all sewed together. And I'm rather proud of myself for taking that step and doing it. But this is my gift to my granddaughter this year with the other clothes that will be going along with her. And I hope she enjoys it tremendously and gets a lot of years of joy out of the things that I'll be making for her. And that's it. That's all I have for this time. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you in January. And thank you for joining me. And have a great Christmas, a Happy New Year, and God bless you. Just have a great time. Thank you.